Is All right, guys, we'll get started here in a few minutes. I just got on early. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started, man. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my camera so you can see me for a little bit. What's cracking? Chuck Fu with Traders War Room, man. We had a fantastic day on the market. You guys can see what absolutely happened today in the marketplace. Guys, this is your Friday market wrap up, and we're going to just go over some things. We're also going to open up the text line. So if you guys got a chart or a question, kind of doing like a Jim Cramer thing here. Eat your heart out, Jim Cramer, man. You can text me at 913-213-3049. Text me a chart, text me a question, keep it clean, okay? Code names, whatever, and I'll put it on live on the air, man. We'll do this for a few minutes, see what we got. But looking at this chart, man, dude, the market, it started kind of going sideways, man. And actually, if you notice right here, we started going short in the market because what happened was the bonds, the interest rates started elevating, right? And so one of the key metrics that we look at is when we start to see interest rates rising, typically you see interest rates rising, you see the equities dipping, right? Well, today was kind of a weird day because not only did you see the interest rates actually rise, you also saw the equity market rise as well. And so everything just exploded. So you had some sideways movement here, and then it started elevating a little bit. You had this chop, and then it got into midday, and then it just absolutely just exploded. And part of the reason was you had that administration sign into the government spending bill or whatever, the budget bill, to avoid, a government shutdown, at least for a little bit, right? And then next week you got the blackout period for the Fed, so you don't have any like Fed really bearish comments or anything that's going to happen and stuff like that. So you had a lot of really big bullish type of things going in. I mean, especially you look right here. You got the Dow right here. S&P did pretty good. Look at the Nasdaq though. Nasdaq big outperformer. I mean, it just absolutely exploded, and you can tell why. You can look over here in this chart, and you can see the ones that just killed it today. NVD. I mean, look at this. When you see these big boxes here, you can see these ones that are absolutely just destroying it. NVDA gained a lot of market share in their semiconductor thing. I mean, they're far above the pack. I do want you guys to keep INTC on the radar, okay? They've been beat up a lot here lately, relatively pretty cheap. They got earnings coming up. I'm expecting a surprise, kind of like PayPal, right? They've been beat up. They got some new management, got some new ideas. It's time. Okay. So don't forget about these guys. Put these on your radar. But NVDA, AMD coming trying to get some share. Apple, though, man, the general came in strong at clutch. Okay. So we saw a lot of explosion coming in. And then you see the S&P over here in blue had explosion. Now this one kind of went, sideways motion as we get into the close. We're kind of hitting that flat line. What I got thinking and going into next week, and this is just a theory. Anytime you get explosion like this, and understanding, I did a whole short scenario TA and DD in the Discord today, and the reason behind that was basically look, I did on off of the queue. So in the past, 5 trading days, right? You're looking at a range, and basically we moved essentially $12 in the past 5 days in just the queue alone, right? And so that's a huge push in an ETF and specifically an index when you look at the Nasdaq, right? And that's a huge push, right? Well, the idea is that a lot of people are putting a lot of money into these bigger stocks, and the Magnificent Seven, Elite Eight, whatever you want to call them, and that we're probably going to get some of these earnings that are going to underwhelm. You saw that with the bank earnings. Not all the bank earnings came in as well as we anticipated, and you start to see some sliding, right? Basically, this earnings season is going to be one of those that's going to be show me the money, not, hey, can you project me how much money you'll make in the future? That's been the previous earnings, right? We've been projecting like the potential. This one's going to actually be more along the lines of show me the money. What are you going to be doing with the money? And so what's going to end up happening is we're going to see what we get from the earnings, and I got a feeling that a lot of them are going to come in line with expectations or below, and we're probably going to see some dips. So I am actually looking to go short next week. I'm waiting until Monday so we can get confirmation. I'm expecting probably a gap up. You come in flat like we did here. We'll probably see the gap up, and then I'm going to look for my opportunity to go ahead and look for the reversal, confirmation of the reversal. Typically, I got caught playing Q off the reversal, man. We played it here, made a little bit of money, went in, double dipped, and then we got caught off guard with this huge explosion. We had to cut our losses, man. It just took off, man. We couldn't. You can keep averaging down, averaging down, averaging down, but eventually you gotta, you just can't make it back, right? So you have to cut your loss on that. But we can make it back with hedging with the longs, PayPal, Microsoft, Apple, a lot of the longs that we had Meta and some of the other ones, they absolutely killed it. And so going into next week, we're going to wait for that confirmation. Once we get the confirmation of the threshold that we're hitting, where we hit buyer's exhaustion, where we start to see the big money take the bread off the table, we're going to go in heavy, we're going to go in quick, and we're going to push out and buy some time so that we can, let volatility be our friend and not theta come knocking at our door so quickly. All right. So keep an eye on that one. Okay. I put the whole DD in the TA in the Discord, but I'll put it out to you guys here. Let you guys know I'm looking at short going out towards the end of January and into February, wanting to stay at the money, in the money as much as possible. Let's go into some of the other stuff. All right. As you can see right here, tops over here. Here's your top gainers. Can see absolutely some killers over here. Now, what I like about this list over here is the penny stock is hot right now, guys. If you guys haven't been paying attention to our penny stock portfolio, we're starting to build a pretty decent portfolio for 2024. And all the stocks that we're building off of are under $1. Okay, that's the whole idea is having this penny stock portfolio. All the stocks that we want and targeting are below $1. And we're not looking for, much. We're looking for 2x, maybe 3x, thinking that a penny stock will go from 10 cents to $2 is wishful thinking. Could it happen? Yeah, sure, but we're not expecting that. But having a penny stock explode from 10 cents to 20 cents, that happens all the time, okay? So you go in 100 shares, 1,000 shares, something like that. you can make some decent money. You take that, you roll into something else. And so that's what we're doing with this penny stock portfolio. So we're doing fairly well with it. And we're starting to build it pretty good. So if that's something you're interested, we're doing that on the Discord. Over there, you can TWR Elite get you access to that. Active stocks, you can see over here, AMD, man. Mara had a lot of volume come in towards the end of the bell. That's interesting to think about. So crypto's kind of taking a little back seat, right? We had with the BTC spot ETFs come in, right? Big news on that, man. Huge push. And then you had crypto kind of fall off, kind of sell the news type of thing, right? Well, I think we kind of hit a little bit of bottom with crypto, and I think we can kind of look for maybe a bounce from support. So paying attention to coin, paying attention to Mara and Riot, some of those. Also paying attention to Tesla, because Tesla has absolutely gotten destroyed this week. Longs worked at the beginning of the week, then we started playing the short game, and shorts absolutely killed it. But I'm looking for Tesla to probably rebound. Tesla likes to dip very quickly, but it rebounds, it jumps, it bounces like on a trampoline, you know what I mean? It'll fall and it'll bounce, and then does it still have some downtrend? Yeah, sure, maybe it hits 200, but it'll bounce back up to 220 before it does that, because it'll bounce pretty decently. Nikola's one that I'm interested in, guys. New CEO, new business model, new forward progress. 65 cents is enticing. Okay. Going in, buying 1,000 shares of that, and just holding that for a little bit, maybe making $2 out of that one. That's interesting right there. Neo, not really into that one. Plug was a good play. Plug absolutely got destroyed and kind of rebound a little bit. So keep an eye on Plug and INTC. That's going to be a big one that we're watching for next week. I want you guys to really focus on that. If you guys start to see an opportunity for INTC, because it's been taking a back seat and being kind of quiet, right? AMD and NVDA and AVGO has been taking kind of the limelight with this semiconductor thing. But I'm telling you guys, INTC is a legacy company. They're smart. They're not going down without a fight, and they're just kind of waiting to kind of hop into the fight, essentially, right? So just keep that on your radar. Lucid, not even interested in that anymore. ETFs, let's talk about it, man. So ETFs, love them. Here's all your big ones. We're looking at them. The T Triple Q has been getting a lot of pressure coming into this one, and we're interested in the T Triple Q because it's leveraged Q, and everyone likes to play the Q. Also, the SQ is a good one, especially if you want to play the inverse side of the house. A lot of people like to play them both ways, because if Q is running, right, you play the SQ to the opposite side, and you make some money that way. If Q's dumping, you play SQ to the backside, or TQ, going to different ways, and you'll be able to make some money, and they're leveraged. But also the thing of them is, because the leverage, they're a little riskier as well. And there's some different tax things that you got to worry about. So if you play the T's and the S's and the leverage type of things, just remember tax season's coming up. Okay. If you got any questions about taxes, and if you've made a significant amount of money thus far, which I know some of you have, because the market's actually done very, very well, and this week has made a lot of people some money. Make sure you come into the Discord and talk to the tax man that we have in TWR. Okay, TWR members, we got an internal taxman and a Prudential Wealth Management guy. Name another server out there that isn't on Wall Street, right? That's just a little boy trying to make a name in the world, that got Prudential Wealth Management and got a tax attorney on the team. TWR does, baby. That's how we roll, man. That's why we're older and more mature, man. We're thinking about the longevity, not just the now. Okay. Q, we're also going to focus on IWM next week, okay? Because those are the little guys, all right? IWM. Because here's the thing: if Q starts dumping, what we're thinking potentially, right? If Q starts dumping, that's because the mega caps, right, are starting to sell out. People are starting to take bread out of the table. Stocks, money starting to rotate, right? Does it rotate into the speculative stocks, which means a broadening out of a broadening rally, where the bigger caps fall, but we start to broad. So the S&P and the IWM may continue to rise, where the Q starts to dip a little bit. So you need to watch for that type of divergence going on in the marketplace. VU is also a good one to get into. RYLD in our Samurai Warrior room on the Discord. Does a lot of ETF explanations. So if you're into ETFs and you want to talk ETF game, man, RYLD, man, he's in there all the time. Let's look at the phone. Let's take a chart, man. All right. I don't have your name, so I'm just gonna holler at you and I'm gonna call you Chart Man. All right, Chart Man. Last four your number 2511. Let's look at snow and see what you think. All right, let's look at snow. All right, let's go ahead and do this, man. Hey, this is one of the first time I did this live for the first time the other day, kind of like a podcast. So we're just gonna rock this out and see how we do it, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Stocks. Let's get into snow, and then we'll come back to the other one. All right, remember, bird's eye view approach, right? 4 hour chart. We can go to the day chart. I like the 4 hour chart personally. All right. I also added this volume profile. I'm really digging the volume profile. Okay. Couple things that you really want to understand. Indicators, all the indicators in the world are great, but they're just that. They're just indicators, right? They're confirmation of ideas that you put out there. Kings to charts, kings to stocks, okay? Price action and volume, all right? Just like you've heard the old saying, oil is king, right? Well, when you're looking at the markets and how things are moving and stuff, price action, volume, king, okay? King, queen right there. Snow looking good. Um, popped up. Yeah, looking like look at all this volume you got. You got a lot of volume to the upside. There's a lot of potential for the break to the upside. Yeah, I can see the case for it. If we keep with a bullish sentiment going towards the upside, yeah, absolutely. More push. We can at least get the run. So definitely, if you're into this chart, 2511, if you're into this chart, man, I hope you're doing this along with me, okay? 194.98 should be your target threshold, okay, for a push. All right. What you should look for is you should look for a push towards that. Okay. So if you hop into it, say Monday, right? Say we don't gap up too much or whatever, and you can hop in and ride up towards that level. What you're looking for is you're looking for a close above this line on a 15-minute chart to give you the good indicator of bullish continuation. And then you can start looking in towards this range, this previous range here, right? A price action that you have previously for, clearing these levels that coincide with this volume here, right? Now you may not get all of it. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and I like to play the probability, okay? I love rectangles. I love rectangles because you can make probability boxes, right? Rectangles are so simple, right? You got a top, you got a bottom, and you can divide it into equal amounts, right? So what you go ahead and you do is you go ahead and you got your line here. This is your threshold. This is your line for potential close above this. You're looking at your push to the high point, right? So you got your range here. And you can even spread this out a little bit because you got some price action up here as well, right? So we could spread this out and be a little bit more bullish, but we don't want to get too overzealous. We don't go on wicks, okay? We want to go on price action, okay? We want to go on volume and full candle width, okay? We don't want to go on just wiki wicks, all right? Because those are good, but we want meat and potatoes, okay? We're hungry. We want the full meal, all right? So we want meat and potatoes. So we can go on this range here. And I probably would even want to come down a little bit because we're losing some of this because we had this back here, but we lost it over here. So we want to be a little bit careful with our thing. And then we go ahead and we just go right in the middle of this, eyeballing it. And usually it coincides with the price action pretty decent. And I usually color code this. And right there, that's our target, okay? So we pop over this line and we're looking for the push towards this where we're expecting some resistance. So a break over 194 with a push towards 197.50, right? And we're expecting resistance in this zone. Now, you can't expect this line to be a line, okay? That's not a single point, okay? You got to look at it as a zone. We're in a battle, right? Stock market's a war zone. Snow is our battle, okay? The battlefront is a front, okay? So it's a zone of area, okay? So it got a little bit here and there, all right? So when you're looking at it, this is that zone. So you're expecting resistance and you need to be able to watch it so you can relax a little bit as you're going up towards it. Once you start getting close to that, you need to be paying attention to it and looking for the potential exit, because if you start to see resistance, you need to take profits. Okay. And then potentially if you reject hard, then you may want to go ahead and go short back to this point for the retest. All right. So I hope it gave you a little bit of insight, but I like what you're talking about, man. I'm with it with the long. I see it. I see it as long as we stay bullish. As long as we stay bullish, I see it at least to up towards this point, man. And if not, we could break and go up and retest all of this. Okay. Potential is there for sure. Absolutely. Let's take another one. Hey, you guys can come on YouTube too, or you can go into the chat group in the Zoom for the TWR premium members. Someone's printing something. All right, we got another one. Slay. Slay that. All right. Man, you guys like the text message one, don't you? Let's go ahead and see our crowd. Crowd's going to basically be, it's going to be very similar to snow, but actually crowd is preferred over snow. But I got a different opinion on crowd because here's the reason. Here's the justification, okay? We've pushed. Look at this. Look at this. Let's go in range, okay? Where's my range at? 6 months. All right. Look how we've gone, okay? Just look over here. This was back August, okay? We were like 150 bucks. And now we're at like almost 300 bucks, okay? So we are popping, all right? And I mean, we hit this cup and handle, and we absolutely jerked, okay? We kind of hit this zone here and we popped again, right? I think we're finding our top or exhaustion point, and it would only be right to probably get a little bit of a pullback. As you can see, our volume is lessening over here. We got hella volume down here, but our volume to the top is getting less. That's telling me buyer's exhaustion is starting to kick in. Okay, so while you still got more buyers than sellers, right? And you don't have people coming out of it, people are going to start peeling out of it because there's going to be less and less more buyers coming in. Also, you got your moving averages kind of starting. You see how you got your spread here, right? This volatility spread, you're starting to converge on each other, okay, which means a decision point, just like over here, man, where when you had your moving averages hit close, anytime you get your moving averages tight, it's a decision point, okay? Over here, when they're spread, it's volatility, okay? It means something's happening. It can be up, it can be down, right? Depending on where the price action. If price action is over the moving averages, right, you're bullish, right? If it's below it, you're bearish. But when you're wide, volatility, right? When you start to get tight, a decision's being made, and you're either going to break to the upside or you're going to break to the downside. This one we broke to the downside, got that cup and hit it, right? And then you got that spread again, but we're starting to get close again, converge on it, which means our momentum is slowing, our volume push is slowing as well, buyer's exhaustion is happening, and so we're going to get to a decision point. We might be able to push the 3, and I'd be watching up here for that rejection, and we'd probably come back to retest this somewhere in this area over here, because this is our zone, right? This is our zone. I don't think we'd reject, and like really we could potentially come and clear this gap down here. Yeah, that's a potential. But if we did that, I think it would just be like some big whale, and it would be like a wick, and it would quickly pop back up, right? So we're really focusing on this zone here, where obviously, just like we did before, right? We put a little line in the middle of it, meat and potatoes of the price action. I color mine orange, and we're looking at 283, right? 283 is probably our target. Once we hit a rejection point, we're probably looking at 283, 285 for a pullback to retest some zones and stuff like that. So that's what I'd be looking at crowd. Okay. So for you, Slayer, that asked about crowd, that's my idea on it. I like snow for the push. It's been struggling a little bit more. I could see the break towards push. Crowd has been pushing more than snow here recently. I think it's time to cool down on crowd a little bit. YouTube, got anybody on YouTube that wanna come in the chat? My computer's jacking up. Let me go on my phone real quick. Let me go on. Push. Oh. Crowd has been pushing. Go on my phone. Here you go. You guys can put tickers on here as well if you're on the YouTube. All right. Just let people there know. All right. So let's go ahead and look. I did a scan earlier. Let's go ahead and do a scan because right now we got a little bit of a time. I did a scan. All right. Let's go ahead and look at some of these. SMCI, man. Look at this. I absolutely destroyed it, man. Okay. Ali Financial was a big one too, which was surprising. Look at this though. SMCI, huge. All right, there you go. All right. Ali up 10%, man. This one was good, man. I wish I would have bought this one. Mick, the TWR picker, he was a big person that was talking alley back when the financial stuff was happening, and I didn't really, listen to it. Ali didn't really pick up. I was more focused on Bank of America and Wells Fargo and JPM and stuff like that. But yeah, Ali was one I wish I could get. Look at PayPal, man. Who took the PayPal trades that we did, man? Who took those PayPal trades? $61 calls pushed out to 26 October or 26 January. Guys, absolute fire, man. Fire. Now, I have a love-hate relationship. Actually, let's look at that chart, man. I have a love-hate relationship with PayPal, okay? We love to hate each other. This time, it worked out for us. The new CEO, when I listened to him talk, and he was saying all the right things that I wanted to hear as an investor. He talked logically. He didn't make excuses. The previous CEO liked to make a lot of excuses, which when you hear that type of stuff, you usually they're either at the end of their term of being in business and they're trying to, make themselves feel better for their 20 plus years in the service or whatever they've done or whatever, or, they're just, salty and stuff. But new CEO is coming in. He's young, fresh ideas, fresh mind, pretty much a clean slate on how to do things right. And he wasn't making excuses and he understands where they're at, where they've been, and he understands where they need to get there. Now, PayPal. It pushed very hard, right? I would not be surprised if we pull back hard. Okay. The volume's getting really light up here. And the reason being is people aren't trusting it. Okay. And there's a reason because it's hurt some people's feelings before. We look back at PayPal. We've gotten bullish on PayPal before, like over here. We've gotten bullish on PayPal before. I mean, we've done it multiple times. You can see my charts. Okay. We saw things like this and we were getting bullish on PayPal and it's underwhelmed. Okay. We were looking at PayPal pushing towards, we were looking at going to 70 over here, right? And it underwhelmed and it boom rocked right back down $15 back down to 50, right? Now we're over here kind of sideways moving. We're back up in towards that zone. Okay. I would not be surprised if we fail again. I don't think we'll fail as much though. I think we fail and we catch ourselves on this one. Okay, which would give us an opportunity, a buying zone for shares long. All right, so I may not be as prone to go back in with derivatives on a PayPal trade unless I'm looking at a leap. But I would definitely on a pullback here. Yeah, because we got a nice little thing coming. We got some volatility chop going kind of sideways, kind of some broad stuff here, a nice pop here. But if we start to hit the button for the reversal and we come down and we start to retest some of this area here, right? Let me get rid of this box to drive me nuts. Right? We start to retest some of these areas here, okay? All right. Some of these areas here, I'm looking to probably buy PayPal. All right. Buying PayPal shares long, and I'll look to start reestablishing a position in here. And I'll forget about derivatives and I'll just look to start getting my position long in PayPal. I already got shares of PayPal, but I'll look to add more into mine so I can get my position, that much more bolstered up. So yeah. That's what I'll be looking for. We got a comment here. BTC. Let's see. Take a look. Oh, hang on. I think I have to do for BTC. Um, BT. I gotta do USD BTC. Yeah. Nope, that's the one. That's the wrong one. BTC USD Bitcoin. There we go. Well, so we got a comment here, pushing the 50K on BTC. Um, I see the case. Listen, here's the thing with crypto. Not a big crypto fan. I understand the purpose on it, right? I don't necessarily agree with all the altcoins so much. I like the coins have that have a finite amount, right? They don't have an unlimited amount, because that makes them more precious, right? So BTC, right? There's only so many BTC out there and things of that, which makes it precious, a commodity. And so I can see this, and I use this now to pay for things. I don't. I before I was like, whatever. But I use this, I use promoters from overseas to promote social media engines and stuff like this, and I can't pay them US dollars and stuff like that. So I utilize things like Cash App and other things, and I pay US dollars. I convert it to Bitcoin, and then we transfer it over that way. And so I use Bitcoin myself, very very loosely. And I understand the purpose of it, and I can see the case for this being, $100,000 in the future, especially if it gets adopted and regulated and, you know, becomes safe for big money investors to utilize for certain things and stuff like that. So, that's what it's really waiting on, is when you start to get the big investors with the SEC allowing the spot ETFs to happen. It's really opening the door to the regulations. It's right now it's opening up the testing zone, saying, hey, we're going to test it with this stuff. You guys have done okay with this thing. We're going to test it with this, and we'll see what happens. So we'll see what's going on. Right now, you got like a little pennant forming. So it looks like we're making a decision, probably a break to the upside. I wouldn't be surprised if BTC starts to get back up here, back up into this 42 zone, go retest this area that it previously had spiked down. And I mean, you can't beat the volatility that crypto has, guys. You just can't beat the volatility, guys. American Airlines, $14 puts paid off pretty decently. Those airlines were great plays to the downside. Um, there were some on the low news about some union troubles that the airlines were having, and some of that Boeing news filtered over as well that helped out. So that was definite good stuff for airline stocks to go ahead and play the short game. News catalysts will trump TA every single time, guys. Every single time. Appreciate the heart on the social media. Love that. Do we got another text message? Go ahead, send it. You got it. Go ahead and send it. I see someone messaging. Go ahead, send it. Oh, you want to look at Tesla? Okay. We'll look at Tesla. We will look at Tesla. Killer. Killer. We will look at Tesla. Thank you guys for not calling, man. It's so hard to call. All right. Oh, and I forgot. Okay. So I'm a man of my word, right? So on one of my videos, I said if Tesla, I was so confident, man. I was so confident. So if Tesla didn't hit 227 by the end of the week, 19 Jan, I would give a free TWR merchandise to a random person on YouTube. So right now, someone go to my YouTube, and the first person that messages me on my YouTube and says merchandise, I'm going to send you a link, and you get to pick anything on my storefront, and I will send it to you. So go there now, just type in merchandise, and I'll hit you up direct message, and you will get that merchandise line. So do it now. I'm a man of my word. Go there And if you can't get onto YouTube, I'll look at the timestamp. You can go to any of the social medias. You can even text the business line. Just go there now, do it, and we'll get that squared away. And I also, uh, Crumb Liquor, I got you too. Since you asked about it, I got you. So you get one, and then a random person from YouTube gets another one. So go to YouTube, mention merchandise right there, right now, and I get you the free merchandise, and I'll hook it up, man, because I'm a man of my word. But we're gonna look at Tesla. Listen, I'm I'm still bullish. I'm still bullish, man. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. All right, call me crazy. Look, I'm gonna get rid of this stuff, man, so we can get there. All right, call me crazy. Let's get rid of these lines. All right, call me crazy. I know. All right, this is my volume profile. Okay. But listen, anytime you see this stuff, guys, these dramatic moves, okay, specifically with these big volume mover stocks, okay, these big sentimental stocks, okay, this is not normal price action, all right? This is sentimental price action, okay? This is normal price action. This is normal price action. This is normal price action, right? This is sentimental price action, all right? This is right here, sentimental price action. This is sentimental price action, okay? Or this is big catalyst type of price action. This is normal, all right? Anytime you see this type of stuff and we get these things, right? We have to, I mean, the probability is we have to think that we're going to reject and we're going to bounce. Like I said, a little trampoline bounce, okay? Not even, and we don't even have to make up a lot of it, okay? But just a little bit of a bounce. I mean, Tesla's Tesla, okay? Tesla can move $15, $20 in a trading session. We know this, all right? We know this. It does it all the time, all right? I mean, hell, look, it was 265, what? December 28th. You know what I mean? And now it's like no what 212 two I think it hit what did it hit today? It hit like 207 or something yesterday, okay? Um so yeah, uh we bounce and I think we bounce towards 270. I mean, we pick up here and the reason being you can kind of look at the chart too. Let's get rid of this. All right. You're kind of broadening out here. All right. We hit that leg down, right? And we're starting to broaden out here. We're starting to get these little megaphone thing, right? All right. Anytime you start to broaden out, okay, you're either going to get another leg to the downside, which I don't think we're going to get any more legs. We already got one leg, consolidate, two leg, consolidate, three leg, consolidate, four leg, five. We got five legs down, man. It's time to go ahead and at least get a bounce back up. Someone's going to come back in and buy some of this area up, and we're going to come back to at least 220s and stuff. So a gamble bet going into next week would be to go ahead and see what happens at opening bell and go long on Tesla. If we were to look at the options and we want to go ahead and look at calls, I mean, you can just see the volume right right here, 212, 220. I mean, the volume is astronomical. Everyone's going calls on Tesla, you know. Here's the where's the big one? This is the one right here, 230, right? By the end of the week, 230 by the end of the week. So, and it's possible. Yeah, absolutely possible. I mean, like we said, like Tesla was just 265 like 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So yeah, you gotta be bullish Tesla, especially after seeing this channel. We got to get a little relief rally at least with all this. I mean, because we're hitting sellers exhaustion. We're hitting sellers exhaustion. We got to get some buyers back in there. They're coming, okay? They're coming. Trust me. Trust. In fact, here we go. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. All right, let's do another one. I'm gonna put another one out here. And I do this for fun too, but also this is part of the game, man. You gotta put yourself out there, man. If you don't put yourself out there, then you're not doing anything. We're gonna say Tesla equals 220 or higher, if I can spell, right? By 26 Jan 24 or $100 gift card to random. Which platform do we want to use? Which platform do we want to use? You know what? We'll do the first person that texts me, text her when I mention this on Friday. All right, it's there. It's there. Can't take it back. It's there now. All right. So Tesla 220 or higher by 26 January, or $100 gift card to a random texter who texts the business line when I mention this on the Friday wrap up that we do next week. All right. Got to make things interesting, a little gamble, right? All right. Next, Netflix. Um, I'm just looking at the text messages, see what people want to see. Sandra, this one's for you, Netflix. Sandra. All right. All right. Netflix. Yeah, I like it. So let's clear the path a little bit, right? Let's clear the path a little bit. All right. Right. We want that top. Okay. Now we got a nice trend line here. Okay. All right. So you got a nice flat stuff of price action up here at the top. Okay. A nice trend line where we're making higher highs, right? Or excuse me, higher lows. We're not quite making higher highs, but we're making higher lows and we're still coming flat, which is always an okay. We want to make higher highs and higher lows, right? But when you start to make higher lows and you start to come up to resistance, but you're still making higher lows, it means you're coming up to a point of decision making. And usually it's a breakout point. Okay. So we're getting tight, right? And then we're gonna break. And I think that we break and we probably will head towards 550, 550, at least 525, 525 on this one. So if we wanted to get a little saucy on this one, a little saucy. Ooh, I forgot how much premium was juiced on Netflix. Ooh, but you can go out the money a little bit on Netflix, but dude, Theta, Delta, jeez, man. We got to be moving in the right direction. So we could do 550. We could do 550, but we have to be moving. We got to get confirmation that the trend is going up. Okay. We got to be moving up. All right. We can't just be moving sideways, man, because Theta is going to be coming knocking at that door real quick. Okay. I mean, we got some time and stuff. It's February, but yeah, but Theta's gonna come. You want to give yourself some time. We're also pushing out way far too, as well. We could come in a little bit to February. Well, we like the reason why we did that is because we like the volume over there, right? That's the reason why we liked it. This one's okay, but look, you gotta pay for it though. Gotta pay for that one. Where we at? It's not bad. That wouldn't be too bad. Give you enough time. But I mean, you're still juiced. You're still juiced up, right? If you're juiced up here, you might as well give yourself the time and pay the extra bucks, right? pay the extra bucks, the extra $100, and give yourself the extra time. Okay. So we'll look at this one again. I need to do some research on this one to get a really good call out on this one, but I like this one. 250 would be the ultimate target that we'd be looking at for a breakout towards 250. 225 would be the short target where we'd expect the move to go to before we'd hit some of that resistance. By the way, Mango Foxtrot. C4, absolutely. My favorite drink right here. Absolutely. Love it. All right. We got another one. All right, let's wrap this up, guys. All right. I'm gonna do a couple real quick blast ones, and then we're gonna go ahead and rock this out. All right. So quick blast ones. Let's go ahead and just SPY. Real quick, we're just gonna do the blast. SPY. I think a pullback. All right. We pushed too hard. I think the case for the pullback is there. So SPY, I'm sorry to say, we're gonna pull back to 480, 479, 479. So I want coming to Monday, I want to see what it does at the bell, and then I'm looking at 479 puts pushed out to the end of January. So SPY 479. IWM. IWM. Pending on whether we broadening out with a breakout, but we're downtrending here. Okay, we're downtrending. So watch for the fake reversal. We could still be falling. So I'm actually going to say I like IWM pushing back towards 186, 185. So short IWM. I think it's time to cool off, guys. I think it's time to cool off. QQQ. We already did this, but we're going to do it again because we're calling it out. All right, QQQ. I already did my case, my DD. 415, guys. 415. I think we cool down. 415. We're going to push out to the end of January, going into February. 415. That's where we're going. Meta. Push too hard, man. Cool down. We got the nice little cup. We got a nice little breakout. Everything's cooling down. So we're coming back. Okay. So definitely coming back. Let's go ahead and get into a few things that sucked. Right? Oh, that's penny stock territory. We don't care about that. UAL. We got this inside bar thing. I think the case for here, off of this huge dump here, the case for some of these that suffered a little bit, we have a little bit of rotation that we can go into. So I like UAL. I like a push to the upside on UAL. I think some money can go rotating back into this. So I think as long as we don't get, I think as long as the sell-off is stuck with the Megatech and not the other stuff, I think we can get a push here. So I like the potential with this cup and handle. We got the inside bar, the break to the upside. We got the volume to support it. UAL to the upside. DAL, same case. Coming out of here, we got the break here. This is all just catalyst news. Break here. I think we knee jerked a little bit. I think we pushed to the upside. Foot Locker, we got another leg to the downside. Foot Locker's sucking right now. Go ahead and go short this. Short this to 20. Foot Locker to 20. That's what I think. Rivian, I don't know about this, man. Oh, look at this. If not, well, oh, hey, look. Hey, I actually won one. I forgot about this one. This was the one I did. Okay, Rivian to 18 by 16 January. If not, I'll draw a member by random and they get a $50 gift card. Hey, sorry. What is 16 January? What is it? Where were we at on 16 January? Hey, sorry. I was trying to find this one. I forgot it was here, but sorry guys. We were below it. So I win. But I got you guys covered on the Tesla one though. So Rivian, I actually got lucky on that one. I'm glad we covered that one. I got lucky on that one. MSTR, hey, short MSTR, guys. MSTR, short this, okay? This leg down, we got another leg to the downside, guys. and this one likes to move. So we're going to short this one to this other red line. We got about a $20 move on MSTR. Okay, this could be a big play. This one right here is one that you really want to follow carefully. Okay, this is a big one, and this could make some decent money for you. Okay, so follow this one pretty carefully. If you start to see the volume flicker and you start to see selling volume come in, short MSTR, and you're looking for a $20 move to the downside, guys. Okay. And last one, last but not least, actually two, Amazon, short, got to, man. Anything, the probability, okay? I would love to be that guy that oh, this is Q. I said Amazon, man. AMZN. I would love to be this guy that tells you to continue. Well, Amazon, you know what? Amazon's a different beast. It didn't actually push like the other ones did. I could see the case for Amazon to break to the upside. We'll see what this one does Monday. Keep this one. This one's a 50-50, okay? What we want to do is we want to go ahead and put a little box on this one. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put a range box. All right. Put in a range box, okay? We're looking for a break above or break below. We break above, we're thinking calls. Break below, we're thinking puts, all right? So we're going to go ahead and put a range box in this one. And I'm going to color this orange so I don't forget about this. All right. And then Google. They had some negative news come out. Why is my thing not working? There we go. All right. Look at this. We've got these channels. These channels every time we have these channels that look similar, channel, what happens? Pullback. Channel, what happens? Pullback. Channel, what happens? All right, you know what happens. Technical analysis exists because patterns repeat themselves. They don't always have to, but it exists because patterns tend to represent a pattern which repeats itself. That's why technical analysis exists. Pattern, pullback, pattern, it pulls back. A pattern, pullback. Food for thought, guys. Hey, Chuck Traders War Room. Have a great Friday. I'm gonna hang out with my family. As always, if you're ready, follow me. Let's go to war. Hit me up on that Traders War Room. DM me on my social medias. Let's go out there and make some money, guys. I got a video coming out this weekend. We're gonna kill it. Join TWR. All my links are in the description. Let's go out there, get it. Hopefully, I see some new members when that market bell rings on Monday, and we go out there and destroy the market. Later.